Welcome back to Soniagogy Integration Academy. I'm Chewy. I want you to know something. I've noticed a lot of people are actually saying the right things to themselves. They're telling themselves, next time I'm going to stay calm, or I need to handle that better. And in that moment, it sounds wonderful. It sounds great. Sounds like they're doing the work. But then the situation shows up again because they heard the same tone. They felt the same pressure. And it's like none of it was even there. They react the same way. And afterwards, they're sitting there frustrated, thinking, why do I keep doing that if I already know better? And that's the part I think most people are missing. They don't understand yet because it's not that you don't know what to do, it's that your system hasn't been trained to follow what you're saying. So it's kind of that do as I say, not as I do, right? Remember, I've heard that whole thing? Well, in this case, it doesn't know what you're saying because you haven't practiced it. So it's going to do what it wants to protect itself. So when the moment hits again, your system doesn't go to the library to search for more info. It goes to what's familiar, to what was practiced, meaning what was programmed to be reflexive. You know, you see something out of the corner of your eye, and in a split second, you move and you dodge it, right? And it's cool. You're like, man, I can't believe I did that. Well, that's exactly what we're stepping in here today, because the next layer isn't about saying the right thing. It's about training the system to actually follow when it matters. And that's where self-affirmations and positive intention come in. Now, before we go deeper into this, let's just be real for a second. Your mind is always talking. You don't decide to think one moment. It's already it's already happening. And most of what is saying isn't new, it's repetitive. So you keep hearing the same tone, the same phrases, the way people say it, and you get the same conclusions. It's a big loop, and whatever repeats starts to feel familiar. And once something feels familiar, your system starts treating it like truth. So if the same thoughts keep showing up, the same patterns follow, and over time you keep getting the same results, well, what do you think is going to happen? Now, that's why this isn't about forcing change. It's about reinforcing something new. Now, in my experience, here's where people have a tendency to check out when you're talking about affirmations. They're like, yeah, I've tried it. Doesn't work for me. I can't associate with it. No, I don't believe it. They picture standing in front of a mirror saying something they don't believe. I'm confident. I'm beautiful. I'm powerful. And their body immediately pushes back, like, relax, my friend, my buddy. We both know that's not true. And so you feel the resistance in your body. That tightness, that's hesitation. That feeling matters because that's your system saying, we're not here yet. So instead of trying to override it, we're going to work with it. We're going to meet ourselves where we actually are. And here's the part that people don't realize. You're already using affirmations daily, not just intentionally. You hear this, right? I've always messed this up. No, I'm not good at that. No, I never get picked. I'm never lucky. I'll never meet the right man, the right woman, have the right partner. And so it never works for me. I knew this would happen. I mean, you're predicting the future, right? That's what you're saying. Well, that's repetition. That's programming. And your system is listening every time. So now we change the language, but we do it in a way our system can actually accept. Instead of saying, I'm confident, you say, I'm learning to be more confident. I'm becoming more grounded. I'm practicing staying calm in this moment. Now your system doesn't resist. It actually moves with it because your words match your current state. That creates alignment. And alignment is what helps build trust. And trust is what allows change, not pressure and not force. Trust. Now we add something that gives us direction, positive intention, because if you don't give your system somewhere to go, it will default to where it's been. So it will default to reactions, old habits, old patterns, just on repeat. So instead of just trying not to react, you give your system something clear to move towards. I'm choosing to stay present here. I'm choosing to listen before I respond. I'm choosing to stay grounded in this moment. Now your system has a direction. And when there's direction, there's less confusion. And when there's less confusion, you get less resistance. It reduces the resistance. So let me make this clear. You walk into a situation. Imagine this now. It usually gets to you. It's an environment, the tone. You feel the pressure in your body, same as before. You'd walk in and just hope that things would go better. I hope he doesn't yell at me. I hope he doesn't say this. I hope I'm not in trouble. We already know that and what actually going to play out. Now, take that same situation. You pause before the event even starts. You set an intention. I'm going to stay present. I'm going to stay calm. And your mind supports it. I'm learning to handle this. I'm getting better at this. I can stay grounded here. Now the moment happens, you feel it. Your chest tightens. Your breath shifts. But something is different this time. This time you don't get pulled the same way because you've been practicing. Your words guide your system. Your intentions are directing your response. And instead of reacting, you stay present just long enough to have a choice. You get to choose. The same trigger. So look at that. That was the same trigger. And you had a different experience because of how you handled it. So the situation didn't change. You did. And when we change, they don't have to change. We change. And that isn't pretending. This is programming. This isn't ignoring the reality around us. This is shaping how you respond to it. Self-affirmations reinforce who you are becoming, and positive intention directs how you show up. And together they move you forward. Now you're stepping into it prepared. You're not repeating the same patterns, you're building new ones. And the more you repeat those new ones, the more you practice this, the more natural it's going to become. And it will choose this before the old script. Because identity doesn't change when you say something once. It changes from repetition and from the experiencing that change, from living it over and over again. And just like everything we're doing here, this takes practice, lots of it. You don't say it once and everything shifts. If only it were that easy, we'd all be fine. You repeat it, you apply it, you come back to it throughout your day. And over time, your system starts to believe it because you've been living it. So in the next video, we keep building. We move into inner guidance and new perspective. How to start trusting yourself and seeing things differently so you can break old interpretations and create new meaning. That's Soniagogy, the dojo of the mind, where we take you from knowing to doing to being. Join the revolution and take back your power from the patterns that have been running you. It shows up in how you react under pressure, how you show up in your relationships, at work, with your friends, with family, and with your partner. And the results you keep getting in life, right? I did. Let me show you how, just like I've shown the Pathfinders before you. Follow me here, give me a thumbs up if you like the content, and please, please share the video with someone who may need to see this. And join the Soniagogy community. If you're ready to train this, not just to understand it, visit Soniagogy.com. You'll also find us on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Just type in Soniagogy. Thank you for being here. And until next time, be well and take care.